All right, Coach Tremaine Jackson, how you doing, my guy?
I'm doing good.
You talking about coming off this hill, right? What do you mean when you say we're coming off this hill? What does that mean? Because it sounds like a phrase, right?
Yeah.
But what actually does it mean?
Yeah, whether we're at home or whether away, we're gonna get on some buses and come back to the stadium or go to another stadium. And when we get on those buses and leave the hill or come back to the hill, then we need to be ready to play. And the way that we prepare is getting us ready to come off this hill. And so it's a way that we talk to our guys about getting ready to make sure we put a product out there that we can be proud of and that our fans and alumni can be proud of, because we believe we know how to get that done.
No, that's what's up. And I know you've talked before about the fact that there's a spring team, a summer team, and the team, right? What has separated the group of young men that you got on campus right now that made them to be a part of the team?
Yeah. Some guys that went into the summer with us decided not to stay with us because things got just that rough in the summer for them. This is different for a lot of people. We got 73 new guys on our roster. There's only 34 guys from last year's roster to now. And so there's more new guys than there are old guys.
Yeah.
Right? How do we make them our guys? And that's what we've been in the process of doing. And some people figured out that their role wasn't going to be what they thought it was, and they decided to move on, which we knew. Every year we do this, it's going to be like that.
Right.
And we're not afraid of that. Some people are afraid of that. We hit it head on. We're very honest with people, and we want to make sure that people know where they stand with us. And so the team is coming together right now because, as I said, when we went into the summer, some people on the summer team ain't going to be on the team.
Right.
And that's why we always say it's 3 teams.
Okay, no, that makes sense. And I know offensively over the past 3 years, right, you've had a different OC, but yeah, you averaged 36, and 40 at Valdosta, right? Is there a certain market you're shopping at to get all these OCs, right? And then how do you know Coach Buckner is the right guy to lead this team to produce the numbers that will make you successful?
Yeah, I've been very, very fortunate in my head coaching career, especially to be around great coaches, to have people recommend great coaches, and to have people do those things that want us to be successful. And so the other thing is, Coach Buckner, I tried to hire him before.
Yeah,
but
we talked about that. Yeah.
And so when I got to a place where I could afford him, I've always had a lot of respect for how we went about coaching offense. He's coached at a really high level. He's coached a bunch of positions on offense. And then I remember him when he was the offensive coordinator at Western New Mexico. And if you can get the ball in the box at Western New Mexico, I got a lot of confidence you can get the ball in the box here at Prairie View.
Okay, no, that makes a lot of sense, right? And you talked about that system, right? Being an air raid system with a power run game, right? That's how I heard you describe it before, right? Well, I know last year, right, some key games, Texas Southern, UAPB, right? I think we averaged like right around 2 yards per rush, right? What do you see in Coach Carson, the O-line and running back room that lets you know we'll be successful in the trenches? Because that's really the heart and soul of the team, right?
Yeah, I've had the privilege of working with Coach Carson now for the last 2 years. I also had the dishonor of coaching against him in 2022.
Yeah.
In 23 when he really got after us. And so, man, just watching that dude over the last couple of years, whether he's with us or we were coaching against him, and the way he went about coaching his guys and the way that they played hard, I have no doubt he's going to bring that here to Prairie View A&M. And that's why I'm so confident that our run game is going to be better than what it was, just simply by the way that we coach it and by the way that we recruit that area.
Okay, that's awesome. And then obviously you come in with the 212 defense. What if fans can look and have an expectation for when you talk about the defensive side of the ball, right? Because you talk about that pressure, not just starting from an offensive side, but really starting from a defensive side.
Yeah, I think Coach Anderson and Coach Early, man, they week in and week out, they put together a plan along with Coach Garrigan on the back end over there, and they put together a plan to really apply a lot of pressure to people, force you and dictate to you what you can and can't do. And then before you know it, you got guys swarming to the football. Which swarming to the football makes up for a multitude of mistakes. And so those guys get a chance to really get after people, get after the quarterback, show different looks. And it allows us to create extra possessions for our offense, which is why you've seen the scores in places that we've been be higher, because we've been able to take the ball away at a high level and give our offense more chances.
Right.
And that's what we want to do. We want to create more chances for our offense to be successful. But no doubt, man, defensively, the way I think all our corners average 6'1", 6'2" right now.
Yeah, man, I love it.
We're bigger than we've ever been from what I can find. And big people beat up little people in America. And so
that's how it works.
Ain't no more the size of the fight in the dog.
Yeah.
The dog got to be big too. And so that's how we go about building our team, man. And defensively, there's a song by Michael Jackson where he goes, blah, 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 blah. That's what we want to hear on defense.
I got
We
you.
Michael Jackson defense.
The Michael Jackson defense. I got you. Just two more questions for you.
Yeah.
For you, obviously predicted to finish third in the West this year, right? How fair do you think that assessment is? Obviously based on new coach, new coaching staff, new guys coming in, right? What's your thought process on that?
Yeah, I think there's a quote by Mike Tomlin that says, "We do not care. We don't care about that at all, man."
Right.
The pre is never
Right.
Nobody's giving out any trophies in the preseason.
Exactly.
We care more about the post.
Yes, sir.
And so what we know, we tell our guys in the meeting room that that's cute. That's cute that somebody voted somebody first in the preseason without being in their camp and knowing what's going on.
For sure.
What matters to us is that we come to work day in and day out, so that in the postseason we get everything we want and everything that we've earned. But we won't know what that is until the end.
That's true.
And so all we can do is keep our head down, treat compliments and criticisms the same, and keep moving forward, keep moving this program forward.
That's what's up. And then what does it mean to you to be in this role at PV, knowing the highs and lows of the program, and how have you made the players aware of the rich history of PV as well?
Yeah, it's funny you say that because we're teaching our history. We're teaching the fact that Otis Taylor played here, King Houston.
Yeah.
We're going to honor those guys by retiring those, making sure those jerseys are not worn.
That's what's up.
During our time.
Wow,
here.
that's big.
Number 17 and number 29 will not be worn this season because we got people that we need to honor. We need to really go back to our past and honor those people.
That's awesome.
And in doing that, you teach your players the standard of the program. Everybody knows what we were in the 90s. We got to let that go.
Yeah.
We got to let that go, and we got to be judged on what we are face value. But I do think people need to know at one point, Prairie View A&M was the big bad.
Yes.
And so we're working to get ourselves back to that in this day and age.
Right.
And so our players have been really good with learning the history. We've been playing football since 1907. That's why it was important that we had the highest team GPA in the history of our program, because that history goes back so long. And so it's been, we've had former players come back and speak. We've had guys come back, and even guys from the 90s that kept going, that had the perseverance to keep going, even after not winning.
Right.
And so all of that stuff is a part of who we are, and it's going to be a part of who we are moving forward. And what we aim to do is honor everybody that's put on the purple and gold helmet as we move forward and as we move into this celebration championship phase of our program.
Nah, that's what's up. And that's something that we're really trying to do with the channel is talk about, we're doing some mini documentaries about some of that past history. Prairie View has done some things, have actually established some things in HBCU football. We just don't know the stories, right? And it's a disconnect there. But so is that trophy the one we're going to be kissing over there, by the way?
That's the plan.
Okay,
But that one up there too.
All right. Oh, and that one up there too. All right. Hey, Coach Jack, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.